Hello, welcome to the MMA Freak Fire of the Week. I'm Matt Salzer. So, this week I am going to go with, I'm going to go with Sergei Kharitonov for his successful knockout of Roy Nelson. Not too many people can do that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to talk about the two back-to-back events of Bellator 207 and Bellator 208. So, Bellator 207 was at the Mohegan Sun Arena. That's a regular for Bellator. They like to go up there. And then Bellator 208 was in Uniondale, New York. So, they're both on the East Coast, so not as much travel there. So, the main event for Bellator 207 was the first semifinal of the Bellator welterweight Grand Prix between Ryan Bader and Matt Mitrione, and the fight went pretty much how I saw it. Mitrione's takedown defense it's just not on par with Ryan Bader. So even though there was a ever so slight weight difference, it wasn't enough to counteract Bader. And he took him down 3 rounds and ground and pounded him 3 rounds, and that's essentially what happened. Then in the co-main event, you had Sergei Kharitonov, who he's kind of gone on this up and down path. Was in Pride, was in Strikeforce, and is now in Bellator. And yeah, he knocked out Roy Nelson within the last few minutes of the first round. And not something easy to accomplish. Roy Nelson is pretty durable, has a hard head. I don't know if it has to do with his flubby belly or whether it's because of his beard has padding, but either way. So you had that. Then you had Lorenz Larkin pretty much put his will on Ion Pascu, and he is now an alternate in the Bellator welterweight Grand Prix, which is ongoing. We'll see how that one goes. Those were the major fights of note in Bellator 207. Then, so that was last Friday. Then last Saturday, Bellator 208, you had the Last Emperor going against Fedor Emelianenko. And the Last Emperor Fedor Emelianenko going against Chael Sonnen. And Chael got some good takedowns in, but here's the thing. Fedor is a sambo fighter, and you're engineered to, the way that they do it, they're engineered to go to the mat or stand and bang. And that's what happened. Chael tried to do some stuff, but Fedor was able to grapple, and he was eventually able to just get those smashing punches and into a TKO. Then the next fight, the co-main event, was Benson Henderson going against Saad Awad. I mean, you could look at this as a rebound fight for Henderson because he's constantly tried to get there and just hasn't really. He's very constantly tried to since getting into Bellator. Got a welterweight title shot, got a lightweight title shot, got some wins in, got some losses in, but so he was able to basically do he's got a slight wrestling background, so he utilized that against Saad Awad, was able to out wrestle him and get some strikes in. And then something that he's never been shy of calling things how it is, and I applaud him for calling out both Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov on their two-way. They both did things wrong leading up to that fight, so he called them out on both of that, and props to him. Then Czech Congo went against Timothy Johnson and knocked him out And there's a, I'm not sure why Congo wasn't entered into the Grand Prix, but you could say that he might get the next title shot. Which, oh, by the way, the Grand Prix is set to be, the conclusion is set in, I forget which numbered event it is, but it's a Bellator event at the Forum in LA, which I'm actually gonna. I wonder if might be able to get in. I haven't been able to get into a Bellator event in a while. We'll see how that goes. Then Anatoly Tokov, who is a can't remember if he's a Romanian or what it was, but he was actually able to outstrike Alexander Slemenko. This was kind of surprising. Slemenko is the former middleweight champion. So yeah, and that was the main card for Bellator 208. Maybe not the full main card, but those were the fights that I wanted to highlight. So yeah, it was basically a Bellator weekend, and I actually watched it on DAZN. Whatever issues they were having with that, the first like exclusive DAZN event, I think they've kind of ironed it out. It's a little bit easier now, so it just comes down to the connection that you have at that point. Yeah, so that's it. UFC Fight Night 138 is this weekend. Yeah, don't really have much to say about that, but yeah, that's all that I have to say. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. At Matthew Salzer is my Twitter handle and my Instagram. At MMA Freakout is the MMA Freak. Twitter, MMA-freak.com for exclusive content. So that's it. See you next time.